Back at it again, and here we go again, guys. It's unfortunate that we still have to talk about this, but here we are. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And let's dive in.
What was your reaction when you saw people saying that this had racist undertones, and it was like a call to arms? It was like a call to arms in small towns. It was a threatening kind of video for black people. I mean, people were putting this on, like,
but there was
TikTok.
people of all color doing stuff in the video. That's what I don't understand.
Yep.
There was white people in there. There was black people. I mean, this video did not shine light on one specific group and say that's the problem. So, and anybody that saw that in the video, then you weren't looking hard enough in the video, is all I can tell you. I love the song. I was excited to cut it and thought it was actually a song that said something for a change, not just a, here's another song for radio.
Did you think, well, this might not go over well with some people, but I'm going to say it?
On the second verse, it says, that I thought was going to be the biggest issue with the song, was that it said gun, and that, will tend to get people talking sometimes about that. So, I didn't expect it to get the kind of heat that it got. And I think that was more probably because of the video more so than the actual song.
Part of that heat was because of where the video was filmed, in front of the Murray County Courthouse in Columbia, Tennessee, the site of a 1927 lynching of a black teen.
For anybody that thinks that we picked that building specifically for that reason, because, there was a lynching there or whatever.
Did you know that?
No. But I also don't go back 100 years and check on the history of a place before we go shoot it either.
Facts. The fact that people try to dive into, oh my goodness, it's outside a place where, this bad thing happened. Like, who's taking the time every single time they go somewhere or to find a location for a shoot to, oh, let me dig into this place. Let me see what happened 10 years ago. Let me see what happened here 5 years ago, 20 years ago. Nobody's doing that, let alone 100 years ago. Nobody's looking that kind of stuff up. Like that's just absolutely ridiculous. And I feel like people are just really digging for something to be angry about. And it's sad, because I can't remember exactly who said it. It might have been, was it Morgan Freeman? It might have been Morgan Freeman. But he was asked, how do we end, racism? And he said, stop talking about it. He said, stop talking about it. He said, I'm not a black man and you're not a white man, because he was being interviewed by a white gentleman. I can't think of the guy's name, but he said, you're blank, he said the guy's name, and he said, I'm Morgan Freeman, right? Stop talking about it. But yet you still have people who want to just hold on to this, oh my goodness, oh, the boogeyman racism, oh. Stop talking about it. Let it go. Let it go. Why are we even talking about race? And the crazy part about all of this is that it's always Democrats. They're the ones who are always talking. They talk about race the most, but they accuse Republicans of being the horrible, terrible, no good, very bad people and the racist people, right? But Republicans aren't talking about race. Republicans aren't saying anything about race. I don't care what your race is at all. Don't matter. You could be a Martian from Mars. I don't care. Okay? Don't care. Well, okay, if you're a Martian from Mars, I probably would care, because that'd be really interesting. That would be really interesting, okay? The Martian from Mars? Oh, whoa, my goodness. Wow. How you doing? What is it like up there? Of course, but all seriousness, it's just gotten ridiculous, man. So I definitely agree with that.
It's also the place that I go get my car tags every year. It's my county that I live in.
Would you do it in that courthouse again, knowing what you know now?
Knowing what I know now, probably not. But it's also, I don't think, again, I'm not going to go back 100 years and check on the history of this building. I mean, because honestly, if you're in the South, you could probably go to any small town courthouse. You're going to be hard pressed to find one that hasn't had some sort of, racial issue over the years at some point. I mean, that's just a fact.
Critics also slammed Aldean for the images. Aldean says he didn't choose the specific clips, but the overall look of the video was his idea.
The whole idea behind the video was to show, the lawlessness and the, disrespect for cops and just, trashing cities and burning. It's just, I'm just not cool with that. So it just, I don't know. I feel like the narrative really got switched over and became, more of a racial type thing. And it's like, if that's what you got out of the song and the video, I mean, I almost kind of feel like that's on you, because that wasn't our intention,
Aldean says the song may resonate with him more because news reports of crime and violence feel personal.
So yeah, I definitely agree with Jason here in what he was saying in that video clip. I wanted it to play through. The plan was just not to talk the whole time, but y'all know I gotta interject. That's what you come for anyway. So yeah, I definitely agree, especially with the, when people were saying, oh my goodness, he shot it outside of this terrible place. Like, who's looking that up? Who's looking that up? Right? That's a part of history. So who knows where some of these instances, right, occurred? It could have occurred in your backyard and you have no clue. You're living at a house where something terrible happened, right? But you just don't know. So, like, are you just supposed to, like, burn the house down because something happened, a long, long time ago that you had no clue about, that you had nothing to do with? That's another thing, too. Like, people act like it was Jason that committed some of these terrible things, right? That he was the one that was doing all of this stuff. And it's just like, come on, man, really? It's just music. And even if we want to get on the music, matter of fact, they don't want to get on the music topic. Because listen, there's some terrible music out there, right? And this is made by black people. And I mean, so terrible that it's black people talking about killing other black people, but nobody has a problem with that, but all of a sudden it's a problem now with Jason's. I'm just confused. You had people like this that were coming out of the woodworks. Just listen.
So are we going to talk about the racist dog whistles in Jason Aldean's new song or no? Because this shit's got me fired up. When I tell you there was a visceral response to hearing this song for the first time today, I mean that shit. After listening to this song one time, the references that I heard were nods to sundown towns and lynch mobs. And actually, this song is a great example of how you don't have to mention race at all for something to very obviously be about race. So the song is called Try That in a Small Town, and if you're with me, you already know where this is going. So right out of the gate in the first verse, he's talking about very stereotypical crimes that you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Like carjackings and robbing liquor stores. Who talks about those crimes? Sounds like he got his inspiration for this song from Fox.
From Fox News. So what you're saying is you attach crimes with black people, which says, you're the terrible person. You're saying that anybody who talks about carjackings, they're automatically talking about black people, which means that you think black people, by and large, carjack people. That's what you think about black people. Are we not going to talk about that aspect of things? Oh, he's talking about carjackings and looting. Oh, he's talking about black people. So why do you automatically think that black people do these things? Why do you think that I've never carjacked anybody. So like, really? I'm just saying, because like they get so mad and angry. Oh, he's talking about black people. So why do you think that black people are the ones that are doing this stuff? So that's what you think about black people. It couldn't have been like, I don't know, any other group of individuals, Asians, Hispanics, white people. Like it couldn't have been anybody else. It had to be black people. That's the first group that she thought of. Okay.
Jason Aldean's song is racist, and if you can't see that, you're part of the problem.
This is what I mean. If you can't see that, then you're a part of the problem. How, Sway? But not all hope is lost when it comes to stuff like that, because you do have individuals like this gentleman here.
So are we going to talk about the racist dog whistles in Jason Aldean's new song or no?
So the first time I heard this song, I never once thought about people of color. When you watch the music video, it doesn't depict people of color, nor do any of the lyrics have anything to do with people of color. So if you're hearing a song that's talking about sucker punching an old woman on the streets, or pulling out guns, or violence, or carjacking, or all of these things, and the first thing that comes to your head is people of color, then that would mean you're the racist one and not Jason Aldean. You are reading between lines that don't exist. That's like listening to Britney Spears' Baby One More Time and being like, hit me baby one more time. So she wants to punch babies. So it's okay to hit children. That's what you're saying? It's okay to punch a baby? Stop looking for ways to be offended in things that aren't offensive. It's just embarrassing and sad. Find something more productive to do. But there's nothing wrong with the song.
Facts. Well said. Well said. If the first thing you think about is she's talking about black people, then you're the problem. You are the problem. I mean, I can't make that any clearer. You know, this stuff is just the fact that he made a song about how he feels, you know, about, you know, people doing terrible things. He said, try that in a small town, which what that says to me is, hey, we don't play that around here. We don't play the robbing, the looting, burning down buildings. No, we have each other's back here in this town. We have each other's back. We're going to stand together and we're not going to allow it. He didn't say, oh yeah, black people, don't bring that stuff here. No, he didn't say that. He said, don't try no foo-foo stuff here. He didn't attach any race to it or any color or any religion or in any age group or anything like that. I don't see what's wrong with somebody saying, do not come here and burn down our buildings. I don't see what's wrong with that. Like, oh my goodness. Oh, I get so frustrated when I watch stuff like this because it's just like common sense. But of course, y'all told me common sense is no longer common, unfortunately. But it's just like, so you guys advocate for burning down buildings? Oh, we don't get our way, so we're gonna burn down buildings anytime. Like that. That's just fine. That's just wild to me. Wild. Because that's what they say. Oh, well, you know, well, such and such happened, so yes, we have to. But that's the Democrat Party for you, man. That's the Democrat Party. And once again, it has no color to it. No race. It's a Democrat Party. I mean, look, we have many examples of the Democrat Party not getting their way, including the politicians. Right now, the politicians weren't out here burning anything, but they'll get out in the streets and yell, kick, and scream and say all types of wild things, right? You guys remember the Wicked Witch of the West, who when she came out and said, whenever you see them, you let them know that they are not welcome. Just imagine if Donald Trump said that. What if Matt Gaetz came out and said that? What if Rand Paul came out and said something like that? Jim Jordan said those exact same words. When you see them out in public, you let them know that they are not welcome. But it's okay if Maxine Waters says it, right? It's okay if Maxine says it. It's okay if Democrats attach terrible things simply to black people, reading between, like he said, lines that aren't even there. Oh, he's talking about black people. But let any Republican do it, and it is a major problem. But Democrats can do that type of stuff all day long. My goodness, man. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this in the comment section below. Peace and love, family. I'm out. Oh, shit.